Hey you guys, welcome to your final session for your Project Care series. Can you believe you have already engaged in 5 yoga classes and now the final class to close this all beautifully? I don't know if you noticed in the starting of this video, but I created an equation and the equation sounds like so. Think plus feel equals results. Think about it. Think plus feel equals results. Okay, so today I want to dissect that a little more for you. And the funny thing is that I'm not such a fan of math. I wasn't so much in school. However, this equation for me allowed me to make so much sense of how connected the mind, the heart, and then our actions are, right? So here is my theory. We are stimulated every single day by our senses. I've mentioned this to you guys already. So what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch every second of the day is then what creates our thoughts. So if we see something that's a little bit scary or overwhelming, i.e., imagine you're watching a scary film, you watch something that stimulates an emotion inside of you, which might be fear. You might feel frightened. You might be extra aware or a little bit kind of trepidatious and cautious. If you smell something that smells absolutely delicious, yeah, you walk past a bakery or you come home from school and someone's baked or dinner's ready, you can smell it over on the stove, then that creates an emotion and a feeling of hunger. Oh, that smells delicious, I'm hungry, I want some. If you hear something that perhaps you don't like, maybe someone in your peer group, so a friend at school or a person at school says something about you that you don't like, that raises an enormous amount of emotions. You might feel angry towards that person. You might feel hurt. And those emotions then create action. So if you feel angry, how are you going to play that out? Your body language is going to show that you're angry, right? You might respond and say something nasty back. You might be aggressive in your behavior. If you feel hurt or saddened by something that's said, that you hear, that your senses hear, and your emotion feels sadness, then you might react in a way that's like the way that then you might react in a way that someone sad would. You might cry. You might disassociate yourself from the group. You might have to run away and get out of there. So I want you to see that connection again. What our senses are stimulated by, so what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, creates an emotion inside, which then gives us an action, which then creates a reaction. So if you heard that thing that made you feel sad, yeah, you felt the emotion of feeling sad, you reacted in a way of crying, the reaction you're going to get is either people sympathizing over you and coming and consoling you and making sure that you're okay, or people perhaps thinking a different way and thinking that you're, crying because you're a suk or because you can't take something, and that might create a reaction. So, what I'm trying to say is that everything that we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch has the power to create how we behave in the world. So what we need to try and do is we need to try and not be so affected by what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Does that make sense? So if we go back to week 2, if we can't change it, change the way we think about it, we only have control over ourselves. We don't have control over what's cooking on the stove. We don't have control over what's going to happen next in a movie we've never seen before. We don't have control over what somebody's going to say about us. But what we do have control over is how we think about that situation, how we perceive that situation, how we feel about that situation, and then how we act and react Does that make sense? So if we go back to week 2, if we can't change it, change the way we think about it. And then we go back to the concept of being able to take the jacket off, the emotion off. It shows us that we can actually have a lot more control over our lives than we ever thought that we could. So I want you to start becoming aware of what you're thinking. Then the next step is to become aware of what emotion those thoughts create. And then the next thing to become aware of is how you act or react based on those emotions, which will then give you the results. So you attend my session. You think that it's boring and that there's no point to it. It's a waste of time. Your emotion is going to be you're going to have no energy about it. You're going to kind of be resistant towards it. You're not even going to take anything on board. From there, your actions will represent that, right? Your actions will be, oh, I can't be bothered. You might not participate. If you participate, you might do it kind of lackluster. Guess what the result's going to be? You're not going to get very much out of this program, are you? No way. How can you? You haven't allowed yourself an opportunity to. Already your thoughts, feelings, and actions have created the result that you're going to get, which is not getting very much out of this. So instead, if we change the way we think about it, our emotion will be different, our actions will be different, and then our results will be different. So what beautiful, wonderful coaches and teachers that I've engaged with all of these years have taught me is that whenever something's not feeling right, or whenever you're not feeling happy, look at your results. Maybe you have the same fight with the same friend, the same argument with your mum. Maybe you get the same feeling after eating that same food. Think about your results, look at your results, and then kind of backtrack. What were my actions to get those results? What were my emotions to get those results? What were my thoughts to get those results? So now we can have control over the power of the mind. And the power of the mind during today's session is going to give you lovely thoughts, because I'm going to encourage them. And hopefully with those lovely thoughts, you'll have lovely feelings. And hopefully with those lovely feelings, you'll create actions that are lovely also, and your results, of course, will be lovely too. So we're going to reverse today's order of class. Grab out your journals now, please. Grab your pen, date the top of your page, and I want you to write these 4 sentences down. Now, you might not like these sentences. They might be challenging to write, but that's okay. You can choose right now to completely resist this and think that this is a waste of time, or you can be open to this task to see how it plays out, to see if you do get better results. All right, here goes. Sentence number 1. I love, or you could write like, I love or like myself. Sentence number 2. I accept myself. Good. Sentence number 3. I believe in myself. And sentence number 4. I deserve to be happy. So sentence 1 is I love or like myself. Sentence 2 is I accept myself. Sentence 3 is I believe in myself. Sentence 4 is I deserve to be happy. Now we spend a lot of time telling ourselves language that isn't necessarily positive. Language where we don't believe in ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We don't accept ourselves. I'm encouraging you to change your language. I'm encouraging you to use language like the one you've written on your piece of paper, so that your thoughts will then penetrate or create your feelings toward yourself, which will then play out in your actions which will give you results. So when you get good results in your life, you've had good thoughts before that happened. When you get not so good results in your life, you've had not so good thoughts that have made that happen. I can assure you that. So pop your journal down. Good, let's do some breathing. 3 breaths to get the arms up. Breathe from the lower belly, 1. Breathe into the diaphragm, 2. Breathe into the heart, 3. And breathe all the air out, 4. Try that again. Breathe into the belly button, 1. Into the diaphragm, 2. Into the heart, 3. And out on 4. One more, you guys. Breathe into the belly, 1. Diaphragm, 2. Into the heart, 3. And down on 4. Good. Reach your left arm up. Over to the side, breathe out. Draw a big circle with your body to the center. And then reach back up. Right arm up. Over to the side. Draw a big circle. Reach it back up. Good. Try one more each side. Make the biggest circle you can, you guys. Reach up. Tip over. Draw a circle. And then reach up. Nice one. Right side. Reach up. Tip on over. Draw a circle. And reach back up. Good. Big 4 shoulder rolls back. And 2, relax your neck, relax your jaw. 3, make it feel really delicious, like you're massaging yourself. 4, and 4 shoulder rolls forward. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Nice work. All 4s position, you guys. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Last session, you're going to know everything that I do today, so I want you to feel comfortable, and I want you to really go there. Drop your belly, lift your heart, breathe in. Cow pose, breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. Last cow pose, breathe in. Sit back in child's pose, breathe out. Good, let's draw these big circles. So reach over, breathe in, right arm back. Sit back into child's pose, breathe out. You got it. Left palm, breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. One more each side. Breathe in. Draw the biggest circle you can. And breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Make it feel really delicious, like you're giving your body a treat. Breathe out. Good. Move the palms under the shoulders, tuck the toes, ragdoll all the way up, and then walk mindfully all the way to the top of your mat. Okay, let's start flowing straight away. Big toes touching. We're starting a chair pose today, Utkatasana. Breathe in. Breathe out, hold it. Take a breath in, reach up. Forward fold, breathe out. Nice one. Take a halfway lift, slide the palms up the shins. Breathe in. Breathe out, step your right foot back. Good. Drop your knee, reach your fingers up to the sky. Breathe in. You might want to tip back today. Palms down, breathe out. Good. Twist your left palm to the sky, breathe in. Step it back down, breathe out. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, breathe in. Roll over to plank, breathe out. Chaturanga, chin, chest, belly. Breathe in. Down you go, breathe out. Scoop up to a cobra, breathe in, shoulders down. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Good, right heel to the sky, breathe in. Step it in between your hands, breathe out. Back foot to the front foot. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Ground down, reach up. Draw your palms to your heart. Good, let's try that chair pose again. Breathe in. Can you hold it here? Breathe out, tuck the tail under slightly. Good, one more breath in. Forward fold, breathe out. You got it, take a halfway lift, breathe in. Step your left foot back, breathe out. Good, drop your left knee, reach your fingers up, Anjaneyasana. Make the biggest circle you can, you guys. Palms down to the mat, breathe out. Good, keep the knee where it is, twist your right palm to the sky. Reach as high as you can, energize your fingers, and breathe out. Tuck your toes, step back to downward facing dog. Nice one. From there, roll over onto your plank. Drop your knees. Chin, chest, belly, scoop it down and up. Upward facing dog this time. Stretch the knees, shoulders down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Nice one. Left heel to the sky, breathe in. And then step it in between your hands, breathe out. Back foot to the front foot. We take a halfway lift, breathe in. And we breathe out. And then we ground down and we reach up. And we draw the palms to the heart. Good, stay here for a moment. And let your mind say these 4 sentences. I love or like me. Notice what your mind does here. I accept me. I believe in me. I deserve to be happy. One more time in your mind. I love or like me. I accept me. I believe in me. I deserve to be happy. Good. Reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Step back to your downward dog, breathe out. Nice one. Okay, beautiful people, we're going to move through a flow now, and then I'm going to give you a little challenge. So the flow won't be challenging. It'll be the stuff that we've done before. But really try and get your body to understand the flow, because soon we're going to set it free, and I'll explain what that means soon. Okay, let's work together. Right heel to the sky, breathe in. Step your right foot in between your hands, breathe out. Warrior 1, reach it up. Good, and settle on the breath out. Good, just hold this for a few moments. Feel what it feels like to get your feet right here. So your front foot is tracking forward. Your back foot is in a 45-degree angle. My tummy is in, my spine is long, and I'm reaching my fingertips up. Nice work, you guys. Bend the front knee nice and long, but keep pressing the back foot down. Take a breath in to lift the heart. And on the breath out, you're going to open out to Warrior 2. All right, again, let's check our feet and our arms. Our front foot is facing forward. Our back foot is parallel. My arms are extending long and away. You got it. Draw the belly to the spine. From there, turn your toes in, reach your fingers up, breathe in. Open your back foot to the back of the mat, breathe out. So Warrior 2 to the back. You got it. Take a breath in, reach up. Open to the front, breathe out. Nice one. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Windmill back down, breathe out. Step back, we're going to flow it out. So chin, chest, belly. Scoop upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice work. Left heel to the sky. Breathe it up. Step it in between your hands. Breathe out. Come to the outer blade of the right foot. Press through both feet. Reach up the fingers. Make your warrior one shape. Good. Check your stance. Front foot forward, back foot open. Belly is in, shoulders are down, fingers are strong. You got it. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Open up to warrior two. So this time you're facing the right side of the mat. Parallel back foot, shoulders down, eyes forward. You got it. Take a breath in, reverse your, reach your fingers up, toes forward, breathe in. Open to the back, breathe out. And again, reach up, breathe in. Open to the front, breathe out. Flip and reverse your warrior, breathe in. Windmill down. We're going to flow it out. So we go chin, chest, belly. Scoop it up. Downward facing dog. Good. Let's do that a little bit flowier this time round. Reach it up, breathe in. Step it through, breathe out. What's next? Warrior one, reach up. Open to the left, breathe out. Turn the toes up, breathe in, reach up. And open to the back, breathe out. And again, reach up. Open to the front, breathe out. Flip and reverse your warrior, breathe in. Windmill down, breathe out. Let's flow it out, step it back. Chin, chest, belly, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Nice one, left heel, reach it up, breathe in. In between your hands, breathe out. Here we go, warrior one, you guys, reach it up. Warrior two, breathe out. Turn to face the front, breathe in. And open to the back, breathe out. And again, breathe in. To the front, breathe out. Flip and reverse your warrior, breathe in. Windmill down, breathe out. Step it back, chin, chest, belly. Scoop it up. Downward facing dog. Legends, drop your knees, turn around, face my screen. All right, so that is our flow. Now my challenge for you today, or my invitation rather to you today, is to set it free. What does that mean? Okay, so here is a theory in yoga that's often used in the classes that I teach or I attend, is that now you understand the flow. So they're all the shapes that we've been doing every week, right? We go the leg lifts, we step through two, warrior one, we open out to warrior two, we fly our warrior, that's what it's called when you open to the back, and you open to the front, then we reverse our warrior, and then we flow it out with our chaturanga, our upward facing, and then our downward facing dog. Okay, so setting it free means that I zip my lips and stop cueing you. Setting it free means you allow your body just to go for it. You don't have to listen to my cues, you don't have to follow my breath cues, nor do you have to watch me. You just let your body take over. So setting it free means that there's no rules, there's no restrictions, there's no one telling you what to do, you just let your body guide you. Setting it free also means trust in yourself. Trust in that you know what you're doing, and do you know what? Accepting that if you get it wrong, who cares? Yoga isn't about the poses. Yoga is about the feelings and building awareness and being mindful. Okay, you guys? The yoga poses are just things that we add on to help us achieve those things, but it's not the main purpose. So if you don't get it right, who cares? Let yourself feel it. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. And whilst you're doing it, allow yourself to feel the happiness that these beautiful poses bring. Allow yourself to like the way that you're doing it, or even love the way that you're doing it. So I'm going to turn the tunes up in this video, I'm going to not talk. However, I will still do the poses, obviously. So if you need some support and guidance, I'm right here. Look up at your screen, but enjoy it. Okay, this is for you. So here we go, downward facing dog. All right, folks, whenever you're ready, let's do this. How'd you go? Once you've arrived, drop your knees. Take your wrists behind your shoulders. Drop your head, child's pose. Really relax here, you guys. You did a wonderful, wonderful job. Well done. I hope it felt lovely. I hope you allowed yourself and trusted yourself to go there. If you didn't, that's okay. It's a work in progress. Good. And release. Well done. Okay, from here, let's come up back to downward facing dog. Good. Let's walk our palms toward our feet. And let's bend our knees and soften up, 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 up. Okay, good work. Let's learn a little new challenging standing posture today, just to challenge ourselves. So if you fall out of it, if it doesn't work for you, who cares? Don't worry about it. Yeah? Okay. From here, I would like you please to lift your, I'm going to mirror you, so lift your left foot. Okay, you're going to grab the outside of your left foot with your right hand. And you're going to rest your hand on your hip. So the left hand rests on your hip. Okay, from there, you're going to gently start to stretch that left leg forward. Now, if your leg is bent, that's totally okay. Yeah, so you might look like this if you can't stretch your leg any further forward. But the focus is on your standing leg, so pressing firmly through that standing leg. So if you can't extend the leg, we extend it forward, and then at the same time, we reach the same arm back. So we're trying to find a bit of a balance here, everybody. So my chin is in, I'm extending my leg forward. Good. If you really want to challenge yourself, you even look back at your hand. So you're pressing firmly through your standing leg. That made me get a little bit wobbly. Pressing firmly through your standing leg and reaching back with your left arm. Good. Take a breath in to lengthen. And breathe out to twist. Good. Draw the knee back in. And release. Well done. That's a challenging one. Let's try the other side. So this time it's your right knee. So lifting it up. Grab your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Good. And your right hand rests on your waist. So my eyes are forward. My shoulders are square. I'll face this way to help you. My shoulders are square. Okay, from there I extend through my left leg. My shoulders are trying to square up, and then I reach back with my right hand. So my right leg is straight, my right hand is back. I either look forward, try and find that balance, or I take my eyes to the back hand. And I hold for 4, for 3, for 2, stand tall, for 1, and release. Well done, shake it out. From there, reach your wrists and your heels up at the same time on a breath in. And down on a breath out. Again, up on a breath in. And down on a breath out. Two more, you guys. Up on a breath in. See if your heels and wrists can move at exactly the same time. Check your balance. And down. And last one, breathe in, reach up. Press through the balls of the feet. Hold for 4. Check your balance. 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. And release. Nice one. Malasana, yogi squat. Heel and toe a bit wider than your hips. Knees open. Elbows connect to the inner thigh. Chest is broad. You got it. Tuck your chin in slightly and feel free to close down your eyes if you can. I'm just going to stay here for about 4 rounds of breath. And while we're breathing here, I'm going to let that mantra, those beautiful sentences that you wrote down, roll over in your mind again. And if you're struggling to say them to yourself, that is so fine. Just listen to me say them to me. Just hear my words, okay? I love or like me. I accept me. I believe in me, and I am worthy and deserving of happiness. I love or like me. I believe in me. I accept me. I deserve to be happy. And release. Nice work, you guys. Extend your legs in front of you. Flex your toes. Press your palms down. Dandasana. Be as tall as you possibly can. Take a breath in. Reach your fingers up. On a breath out, sweep your fingers forward and draw a circle. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to reach forward. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to reach forward. The last one, breathe in to reach up. Breathe out, reach forward. This time we're going to hold on to the outsides of our feet, or you might even want to close your index and ring finger and wrap your fingers around your toes. This is called pistol grip. Breathe in to lengthen, breathe out to bend through the elbows. We're going to have 2 rounds of breath here, everyone. So into the belly, breathe in and breathe out. And last one, breathe in and breathe out. Nice one. Spin your legs to face this side of the mat. We're going to start drawing to a close. Before we do that, let's challenge ourselves with Navasana one more time today. Come to the balls of both feet. Lift the front of the body, shoulders down the spine. Right heel lifts, left heel lifts. Squeeze the legs together, eyes forward. 3 rounds of breath here. We can do this today. Lift the front of the body. Squeeze the inner thighs. Breathe in for 2. And down. Breathe in for 3. And down. And lie all the way down on your back. You got to bend your knees up. Take a breath in. Lift your pelvis, wrists over the shoulders. Just like we did in our risers, breathe out, lower the hips, lower the wrists. And again, breathe in, lift the pelvis, lift the wrists. Press through the feet, you guys. Breathe out to lower. Third and final one, breathe in to lift. Take the arms down, keep the pelvis lifted, hold for 4, shoulder blades together, press through the feet. 3, can you go the highest you possibly can today? 2, 1, and lower. Nailed it, well done. Open your feet a bit wider than your hips. Windscreen wipe, windscreen wipe. Good, and then fall to one side with those knees, arms out wide, give a little stretch through your back. Breathe into the left lung. soften the face. Roll the knees to the other side. Breathe into the right lung this time. Soften the face. You got it. And from here we're going to have a bit of a juicier Shavasana today. So extend your legs, palms reaching upwards. Stay exactly where you are. And start to soften your body as you find stillness in your Shavasana. And just acknowledge how amazing you are for completing this program. Acknowledge how you applied yourself when you started 6 weeks ago, and now coming to the end of the final class, what you have achieved. The yoga poses you have learnt, the mindfulness and breathing tools you now have, perhaps new thoughts or feelings about yourself or your environment, maybe some actions that you used to do have changed a little, maybe your reactions have changed a little, maybe you've chosen to look after your body a little better. Maybe you've chosen to not wear so many jackets in your wardrobe, the jackets of emotions. If there were any slight, teeny tiny changes or differences or realizations that happened during this program, then you have done an amazing job. We don't need to make big, huge changes. We just need to make lots of little small ones. So let your body rest now, knowing that you have done an incredible job, that you are deserving of happiness, that you are accepted, that people do believe in you, and that people absolutely love you. You can soften any part of your body even more now. What would it be? Is it your shoulders? Can you release them even more? Is it behind your knees? Is it your face or your jaw? I love or like me. I believe in me. I accept me. I deserve to be happy. You start to twinkle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring back some energy in your body. Roll on over to your favorite side and find yourself in your comfortable seat. Yoga is your task today in your journals, is to write about something that you have learnt about yourself during this program. Because the whole purpose of this program was, yes, to teach you yoga, and yes, to give you breathing tools and mindfulness tools, but it was about helping you learn about you. because when we know about ourselves, when we understand ourselves, then we have the power to change lots of ways that we operate in the world. So write a little something in your journal that you have learnt by doing this program about yourself. Thank you. Thank you for joining me and being a part of this. I've thoroughly enjoyed putting it together, and I hope one day I get to meet you in real life. For now, from my heart to your heart, namaste, yogis. And look after number one, and that is you. Take care. Bye.